Well, there's a lot of dispute about whether she did become a recluse or not, but she didn't go out very much, certainly, and friends couldn't get her to go out. I don't know why. She had back pain. She complained that her back hurt, and for some reason she didn't want to go out. Maybe she wasn't well, and we didn't know it. Although they claim that she did not have any heart history, as they say.
Okay. That's Miss Parker herself. That's it for that car, no.
Which one's this one?
Meeting's okay. We're trying to get a time set on it.
Fondest memories of Joan Crawford?
Well, I recall her getting to know her pretty well back in the days when she was married to a man named Philip Terry, and she had a big white mansion in California. And we went out there one day for lunch at her invitation, my wife and myself, BW as I call her. And I recall Joan had a little problem about some help, and she didn't have any help that day, and she'd been in an old house dress of some kind. She said that she'd been scrubbing the floors and chopping wood and taking care of the baby's diapers and the whole works. And this was this great glamour girl, this great last of the glamour women of the movies, I suppose, doing her own housework. She could do it at the same time. I think that in one of her apartments here, she had a regulation, a kind of a rule for friends that her carpets were so elaborate and expensive and valuable that she had people take their shoes off when they came to her door. And as a matter of fact, a woman told me who lived in her building that a couple of nurses' shoes were outside the front door of the apartment, and 2 days in a row. So that meant there was a nurse there for two different days.
Earl, she had a reputation as a regular feller on the set.
Well, yes, and she worked very, very hard at trying to keep up with the times and change her image as the years went along, so that she would know exactly, be in line and in time, on time, and in the step of the times. She changed finally in Mildred Pierce. She did a part of a restaurateur, or a restaurant owner, as I recall it. Of course, in the early days, she got famous in Our Dancing Daughters, I think was the title of the movie. She got an Oscar, which I believe will now probably be given to Brandeis University, I understand. Oh, sure. We got Raquel Welch and people like that. Don't you think that's glamorous? Sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a lot of it left. A lot of it left.
Thanks, Earl.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
That's what I was... Yeah, I saw you get my name.
Bye now.
Okay, Martin, thanks. better call to get the car because there may be somebody.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a dollar for corporate talk.
I can't believe this happened. I really can't.
What did she say in the letter? Do you recall?
Oh, I used to memorize them. Just, Elisa dear, thank you so much for the, rug you hooked for me or the planter you made for me, whatever it was I used to make. And just, this friend here wrote to her on my 18th birthday and tried to arrange a meeting for us. And she's been writing to me for years saying, please come to New York, please come to New York. And then all of a sudden she stopped. And I never really went up on it because I didn't think I was ready. I cry a lot. I get excited when I see her. And I guess she just stopped because she didn't come out of the house anymore. At least that's what I read. And that really hurt me because I invited her to my wedding and asked her to be matron of honor and everything. And she was so sweet. And she was like just a member of my family. I loved her so much. And I'm sure so many fans feel that way about her because she wrote to everybody. If you wrote to her, she wrote to you from 1925 right on up to 1977, May 10th. And I just think that's terrific. I think so many movie stars, they hate their fans. They think they're a bother and a pain in the neck. But Joan Crawford, she lived for her fans. And I've heard a lot of bad stories about her, but I don't listen to them because she's always been nice to me. And I know if she saw me on the street and I said I was Elisa, she would just stop and spend time with me.
She was the epitome of a Hollywood glamour.
Hotel.